Well, that is true. From vacation, both of us.
Hell yeah, episode 545. It's a palindrome. We're feeling good.
545, feeling alive.
Oh my God.
Refreshed.
How the hell are you, Sarah?
Oh my God. I am I'm really good, but I'm also on the come down from...
That is the worst part.
Yes. From like a magical, wonderful vacation and, meeting Barry, which was...
I can't believe it.
I can't either.
I kept thinking about how, like, I'm sure it's great and I can't wait to hear all about it. But I thought how terrible it would be if it weren't great and then you were stuck with this person that annoyed you or something.
Well, the good thing is I felt like I knew right away that it wasn't going to be like that. I knew in our talking and in our...
Did you have like an exit strategy for if like...
Nope.
You didn't...
No. Should have. What would yours have
been? I definitely would have had one where I got out of it if it weren't not.
How? What would you have done?
Wait, was there just like no way?
Well, I mean, I just don't know what you would like. First of all, I really wanted to be, which made it so like my mind doesn't even invent one because it's like, no, this seems... I guess I could have been like, I'm not feeling well or something like that.
I think I have COVID. You could say that. I feel like I can't smell or taste. I must have COVID. Got to go. Bye.
Bye. No, that didn't even like cross my mind because I knew from like the talking beforehand, and I knew just how easy it was. Like maybe people have not... I don't know if everybody's had this experience. We kept saying that. Like, I don't know if other people get these kind of experiences. But, like, where you meet somebody and you really feel like you've known them for years. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like we never had, like, a first... There was nothing. No awkward, like... get to know you, because neither of us were bringing in that representative who, we can often bring about or bring, as like, the person
Sarah refers to like the
date.
first date person as your representative because Lord knows you're not being
you're
yourself.
not like you.
Right. Although you probably are yourself on a first date.
Yeah, but there's still like there's definitely stuff I'm what do they call it? There's like now that like TikTok has got me in like the ADHD algorithm where they're like showing me all the things that are like neurotypical people or like neurodivergent people think like this, and there was something. Well, now I don't even remember what.
That's because you have ADHD.
I know. My mind went there, and then what the hell was I talking about?
Well, because you were talking about what you bring on a first date, and you were like, I know.
Yes. Now I know what it is. That we do these things called masking, like how I'll mask some behaviors because, like, you shouldn't do that in public. Like
that's good. That's a good thing.
Like things that I do. Like sometimes when I'm on a walk or when I'm on a run or whatever it is, I'm out in nature, like I'll do this with my fingers. Like it's kind of like an OCD thing or like
a sensory
thing. But then I also learned from Barry that there's some like connection to a move like this. And if you're like running marathons and like there's a reason why people want to do something like that. Dang, I can't remember what it is. See, I should have written down every single thing that he said. I learned so much shit.
Sure you did. Maybe he used to be a Thai fisherman too. Like maybe that's why you guys feel like you've known each other.
No, I feel like, our souls have definitely met before. It's it's a thing. Like we've known, and he said, he was so sweet. He was like, I mean, he says like all the most amazing things that are wonderful. But, he said, like, I'm just finding you earlier and earlier. And this, like, it's like, oh, my God.
You
like,
too.
It's really romantic and the best. And my heart
Does
feels
he have
so
ADHD?
Full. No. he's pretty calm. Like, I mean, I think like anybody who has experienced any sort of like trauma or any sort of difficulties growing up, like definitely has a more active fight or flight response. But I think that he does a really good job of balancing that out and understands why he needs to spend time in nature to feel more centered and more like, you know.
Where did you make
calm.
BM?
Susie, I am so glad you asked that, because that is a really good question. And first of all, like, you know, you're eating light when you're, except we had some good snacks, which is nice.
Light.
But I think I was just really nervous, and like I didn't go for like 2 or 3 days. And you know me, I'm regular. So I had
great.
all of the system. I had a whole system. I had everything, like, and I know I'm like fine with this. I've done this before. I know, and I actually prefer going out in nature than using a porta potty. That is like 100% would rather do that. Like, I'll dig my hole 6 inches deep, do the stuff. I've got like biodegradable toilet paper. I also have, you know, Tushy, our bidet sponsor.
Yeah.
They have a portable bidet, and so I brought that for
the travel bidet.
Yes,
that was smart packing right
and
there.
And then, like, yep, and then I put like the tissue inside of that, and everything was like all fine and no problem. And yeah, it was.
Well, so do you? Okay, but wait, I have a lot of questions.
Yes, so many questions.
Do you say like, "Hey, I'm going to go make number 2," or what do you?
Definitely am never saying that to a human ever, like especially one that I am sleeping with.
You were like, I'm going to go make brown right now?
Nope. Don't. I say that maybe to you, but only because you say that to me. I am never ever going. I think we were talking about this subject or something like that, of like, you know, passing gas or whatever, because those things come up when you're just like spending days and days on end with somebody. And I was like, just so you know, you'll never hear me do that, like intention, like I will if
that's
I'm like
good. I'm
asleep,
so glad you told me.
Yeah, I was like straight up, like, this is a no farting family, just so you know.
Yes,
like
thank
family,
you.
like, here, I'm not into
exactly.
that. So I was like, I don't mind if people do it and they, like, you know, bodies being bodies,
sure.
Whatevs, like, I don't care, but like, we're not gonna be like
the
silly
fart joke,
about, like no,
it's
and
not.
He's not that type. So
okay, good.
It was no, there's none of that.
Okay, so you'll just say, I'll be back. I'm just gonna go for a little
I'll
walk.
like go to the bathroom. But here's the thing that was pretty lucky for us. So we were staying at this place. We went to a place called Red Feather Lakes, where it's like big open space area, and we like went off the trail and had our own campsite. But the good thing about where we were was it was very close to like a day camping, or like a day like day use kind of like campground area, where they had, well, it was like a lake and we can go fishing and everything. And so there were bathrooms there. And so when I needed to, the one day out of 4 that I actually felt like, and it wasn't for lack of trying. Like I could like see it. I'm like, okay, that is
in your stomach,
there.
You mean, not like hanging out of your beehole?
Oh my God, not hanging out of my, Susie, no, in my stomach.
See. Yeah,
like,
I know that feeling.
I could see, like, I was definitely
there's something in there,
bloated. And,
oh my God,
you know,
that's so great.
I was
okay. Well, I'm glad you had facilities. Yes. In a very hilarious conversation that happened, like, oh my God, he would kill me if he knew I was talking about this. But my brother was having a conversation with me. It's my brother that I'm talking about. When we went rock climbing, and like out of nowhere, he was like, you know, you should never trust a fart, and here's why. I went into a whole story. I agree.
And I was like, this is good advice. And, you know, I'm lucky that I did not trust any while I was on my trip, because you can't.
Did you pack your Quip toothbrush?
Of course I did. More than my Quip toothbrush. You know, it was, I have my mouthwash in my little to-go container.
Yeah.
And I had my Quip gum.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I love it too.
Fresh breath.
Yeah.
So, like,
in case there was smooching going on. That's
And
so good. There was a little bit. Yes, because Quip is awesome. It's our favorite tooth company because they have everything. It's not just toothbrushes, toothpaste, floss, mouthwash, gum, and it's so cool because they'll send you a replacement head in the mail to your house as soon as you need it. You know, when you're like, I need a new toothbrush, and you're like, ding dong, there it is.
It's the best.
I
love something you don't have to think about.
We love that, and it's just really chic. It looks so nice in your bathroom. They have all different colors. And it's a wonderful thing. And if you go to getquip.com/brain5 right now, you get $5 off a mouthwash starter kit. That's $5 off a mouthwash starter kit, which includes a refillable dispenser and a 90-dose supply of Quip's 4 times concentrated formula, as Sarah pointed out, at getquip.com/brain5, spelled GETQUIP.com/brain5. Quip, the Good Habits Company.
Heck yes. And even when you're out on the trail, there's no time to let go of your good habits and teeth brushing. I think it's a better time than ever. Practice
so true.
that. Yes, it's great.
So the trip was a success, and you learned a lot.
From like, I feel like everybody is very excited to hear.
I know.
Like,
what I said, they're chomping at the bit.
So I feel like I can't even rob you of like any parts of the story because it was all like so exactly perfect for me, which felt really special and wonderful.
That is special, and you deserve it.
You know, thank you, Suze. I was one of my favorite moments, and that like, you know, made me so nervous was like the first time we were going to meet. Like, I kept on thinking, like, what am I going to, do I shake his hand?
For real.
Do I kiss him? Do I, like, what do you do?
What did you do?
Suze.
Oh, God.
Have you maybe seen The Bachelorette before?
I have seen it.
And you know how they, like, run and then the woman, like, jumps into the guy's arms?
Yes.
And you think in your mind, that's stupid, and nobody does that.
Yes.
That is not stupid, and people do that. Yours truly.
So you did like a slow motion run.
It was like not slow motion run as much because so he picked me up at freaking 5 o'clock in the morning from my friend's house because we got a really early start on the day, and she was like 2 hours away from where we were going, and we wanted to get up there early. So he picked me up like really early, which I loved because it was like exciting, like first thing in the morning. And then like the night before, I could not sleep.
Of course.
I couldn't sleep. And then I kept waking up. I was like, surely, I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and my mind's like, surely it's got to be 4:30. That seems like a normal.
Yeah, you're getting out your bugle. Bum, bum, ba-na-na,
yeah.
bum,
I mean, and then I kept like waking up. I would look at the clock. I'm like, 1:42? No! I'd wake up again, 3:20. Ah! Like, and then finally it was like 4:08, and I'm like, that's fine. We can get up now and start. I could not sleep. I was so excited, and just like, I don't know, like nervous and all the feelings.
Oh my God! So he pulls up and he's like beep beep, and then you come out or what?
I was like waiting.
Oh, right, because you can't be noisy at your friend's house in 4 a.m. or whatever.
Well, the good thing is she was leaving she had a flight at like 5 a.m., so she was getting picked up really early. So she was up, and my friends, two of my friends got to meet him, which I loved. They were like, I was like, I want everybody to meet him. I'm like, look at this person who's likes me.
Wait, inside or outside?
I was waiting inside, and then I saw his car pull up, and I was like going to like show him where to park, and like then as I'm opening my door, as I'm opening the handle for my friend's house to go outside, the fucking handle falls off in my hand, and like the door like I'm like,
what handle?
I need to get outside.
Her home door.
Yeah, which is like
God.
silly because this is like a brand new, like perfectly put together house where like this should not be happening. But I'm like, well, I just broke your door.
My God. Sarah.
So I go outside and he like pulls up, and then like it was like seeing somebody that I've known for a really long time. And it was like, I didn't have to think, oh my God, what am I supposed to do right now? He just like picked me up and I just like wrapped my legs around him and like just started kissing him right there. Because what else am I supposed to do?
I don't know.
And let me tell you.
Oh, no.
Amazing kisser.
Oh.
Like that mattered a lot. Because I was thinking in my head, I was like,
lot.
what if he's a bad kisser? And there was a technique that my ex-husband had that I did. I wouldn't even call it a technique. There was just something that about how that didn't work with me.
Yes.
And I was just like, you know, I was like, I don't like that. And yeah, it almost felt like he was like going through a checklist when like my ex. And I was just like, oh, I don't like that. And I was like, then I do this, and then I do this. And, you know, I don't know. It's weird. Like if somebody Googled, how do you kiss? And then just did that. Like it felt like that almost. And I was like, there's no passion. This was the exact opposite. This was like, it felt like we were just made to fit together.
That's what Adam and I say, puzzle pieces.
It does. It feels like that. It's like, oh, this is that. This is that. You know, it's like easy.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels.
Do you think he was nervous?
Yes, because he said that.
Oh, he did.
We're both talking about that. Where he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so nervous." And
do you think that he's done a lot of like dabbling in the dating world since he has been single? No, I think like a little bit here, like, you know, he was talking to me about how like when you're a guy who's in therapy and open and like talks about the things that he talks about, you know, women can kind of like, it's very exciting to have a guy who's like in touch with his emotions. Yeah.
And so I feel like any woman who talks to him is like, oh my God, tell me more.
And
like,
he knows this.
And so he kind of puts up, like, has said that that's just something that he wasn't really like focused on right now. And, you know, it's like, thanks, but no thanks. And not with me.
Yeah. I wonder what do you think it was that made him feel like, I'm ready for this? Do you think it's like the reality TV connection, like the common ground there?
I don't know, you know, and I think the fun thing is like he didn't even really know me from reality TV and all that. So that was kind of like fun to talk to him about and like introduce him to of how like we do have a very similar and shared experience. I mean, very different, but a lot of the things that a lot of people can't connect with, I can definitely understand. And so it was like real fun to like introduce him to that and like get to know each other on this trip and like really, because usually people come in when they already know a lot about me. This was like the first time where I was like, I knew a lot about the other person and he didn't know anything about me. And I was like, just wait, you're going to like this. I know. And he did. And it was like, you know, just, yeah. So I think that, you know, he's definitely like, in the early stages of, or like, you know, he's in like the going through the separation and divorce and that whole thing. So I think
Which takes forever.
It took me like a year and a half to do all that. So long.
Right.
And, you know, you're not emotionally in it, but you're just like going through the motions of that. And that's so exhausting and draining. And so I just imagine like his focus would be elsewhere and is like on, you know, his kids and on other stuff and not on relationships. And he's just like, you know, taking care of like loving himself, which is like the best ever. And so am I. And so, you know, the good thing is we like, I have time and like for this to kind of.
Well, right. Like, because at the moment you guys are long distance and.
Yes, I know.
That can be stressful, but in a way it can be, you know, you can use it to your advantage if you want.
Totally.
Yeah.
Definitely using it to our advantage and, you know, like let me focus on getting those hours done and everything I need to do to get my license. And then like, I mean, I could just see the potential for like the coolest, best life. And I would love to build that and to just like do it in like a really authentic way with somebody who really like gets me.
Yeah.
And I feel like he sees me, and that I don't know if I've ever felt before.
Yeah, like you need to be treasured. I don't feel like you have received that. I don't think so either. Which always annoys me.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he is a man
that
that goes to therapy, and I think everyone ought to be going to therapy.
Yes.
And that is why you guys should try BetterHelp, because we all need a little help, and
we do.
I like it when it's better. You know what I mean? And BetterHelp is great because you can get the therapy that you need from licensed professionals from the comfort of your own home. You can communicate quickly and efficiently using your iPad or your tablet, your computer, your phone, whatevs. And that way, especially if you're intimidated by going into the office, which some people are, or maybe it's inconvenient for you, this is such a great option. And they have people that specialize in anger, family conflict, grief, stress, self-esteem, anything that you want to talk about, they have someone for you. I want you to start living a happier life today. And as a listener, you get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/braincandy. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/braincandy.
Yes.
There you
it's
go.
So important.
So important.
Gotta take care of that.
Yeah.
And it's really nice when you are with somebody who encourages that and supports that.
Yeah, right.
Man, if people don't,
Yeah. I mean, do you think that, I do think it's more accepted now, like.
Yeah.
Like the olden days, people were fucking weird about it.
About therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of stigma.
Wonder why that is.
Oh, you know what I just watched? I only caught half of it. It was in the hotel room, and I was waiting for my brothers to pick me up, and they were freaking taking forever. Anyways, that's another story.
Dumb boys.
I know. But I watched The Weight of Gold. Have you seen this?
I've heard
It's
of it.
a documentary about
somebody recommended it.
Yeah, mental health in the Olympics. And wow, was it. I mean, it's stuff that we already, like, I think know, but to hear the athletes really talk about the lack of aftercare, about the issues with what happens to the brain or identity and all of that, when you tell somebody in their 30s or in their late 20s to retire. That does something that goes against our, like, these natural instincts, and also this kind of like phase of life cycle that we're in. You know, there's a real there's a phase when we're in like late 20s, early 30s, where it's this building phase, and it's especially strong in women. Sometimes it can, we can kind of like listen to the biological clock, and we're like, I want to nest and I want to like make babies, things like that. But I see it a lot in men, and women too, that there's this like build and create like the foundation for the rest of your life. Some like people in like the astrological world will be like, oh, it's your Saturn return. And like, when you're like, fine, like really like building like who you are and the rest of your life. And when somebody is in that phase where everything about them is saying, yep, keep going, keep doing this, you're building, you're doing, this is like, this is who you are. This is like the life that you're creating. And then you're being told you need to retire and you need to stop. It's total like cognitive dissonance, and your brain like doesn't know what to do with that. It goes against these instincts of like, you feel like, well, what's the point now? In the same way that we hear that one of the populations that's really at risk for suicide ideation is older men who are I think it's like 55 plus or 60 plus who are recently retired, who have maybe lost a partner or who are alone, that phase of like switching and like just stopping like who you are and what you were is really hard for people. So now you combine that with being in the phase of life where you're supposed to be like building and creating, and it creates so much depression and this feeling of isolation and this like being a dragon slayer in a world of no dragons that's just like really heavy. And to hear all of the Olympic athletes talk about that, ooh.
I kind of like don't want there to be Olympics anymore.
Susie, I kind of don't either. I think it's dumb.
It is dumb, especially with all these questions about gender and like everything.
People are not going to like this.
I know it's not going to go away, but like I don't see the benefits societally.
In a way, I feel like Paralympics, I'm cool with that. Olympics, not so cool with that.
Right. Like, I just don't see how this is a helpful thing.
And I really do, like, agree with all of those memes or whoever said this first, that how all the Olympic Games should include one regular person drawn at random to compete, just so there's, like, a bar so we know what normal looks like.
That I would watch.
I want all of the Olympic swimmers and then Joe from Nebraska to be swimming too.
We just happened to be in a room where it was on it's like, I think it's called gymnastic dancing, but I mean,
oh my God, I love it. Yes, rhythmic dancing or something like that. Rhythmic gymnastics.
And they're in a team.
Yes.
And I think there might be like a hula hoop thing.
Yes, and like the
around.
ball
Okay, it probably takes an enormous amount of talent and practice.
Yeah.
But I don't like watching something where I feel like I could do it.
Suze, I feel the same way about speedwalking. I am 100% sure I could medal in that with zero practice. Like, have you ever walked anywhere with me?
Yeah.
Anybody who has walked anywhere with me would be like, she already is medaling in this and she doesn't even know. Right. Now that I am entering in for like submitting my application for Olympics, what would it be? 2026?
Yeah.
No. How bad is my math? What the hell year is it? 2020.
Well, this one was called the 2020. The winter ones will be in 2022, and then we'll have the summer ones again in 2024.
Okay, 2024. Here we go. Speedwalking. Sarah's in.
I didn't even know
I
that was a
really
category.
need to legit time myself because like it's all in the hips. I know you got to keep like have both feet down at one time. No, you can't have any like. There's like a rule of like.
Yeah.
Then it.
Well, what's the
That's
one?
what they look like. They look like little worms when they wiggle and walk. It's so fun. I love it. It feels
my
like
mom
a
at
joke.
The mall does that. That one, the one I saw. Then curling, of course. Like
curling.
Did you see the team? It really did look like it was a bunch of dads that had gone to a barbecue and like suddenly ended up at the Olympics.
That's so funny. Gosh, it is the difference in Olympians and
like on one hand, it feels like this shouldn't be an Olympic sport, but then on the other hand, I'm like maybe it would be more interesting if it were stuff like that. You know, like pencil sharpening.
I think we should have.
Or
basically, it should be. Minute to win it games.
Yeah, like laundry folding or minute to win it.
I want that. I want minute to win it style games. Olympics. I want that thing where you like put the Oreo on your forehead and wiggle it down until you get it in your mouth. Another Olympic sport I could medal in.
Chubby bunny.
Please. I'm already got
like it's
down.
Camp meets the way to go.
This is my dream. Now and all genders get to compete together. There's no problem there.
I think we solved some problems here for the world.
We did. Next stop, world hunger.
We'll do that on the next episode.
Yeah. I'm fine with all of this.
What I will do on this episode, though, is encourage you guys to do another thing that should be an Olympic sport, which is download Best Fiends and start playing.
Another thing I could medal in.
Right. Sarah is very good at Best Fiends.
Yes.
I enjoy it. I wouldn't say I'm great at it. But that's the point. You know what? It's not about winning, Sarah. It's not. It's
just having fun.
It's about having fun. They have all these cute characters and little challenges, and it's just a joy. It's a joy to play. And it's great if you're traveling or if you just need to decompress, which we all do. Let me tell you how you download it because you're going to love it, and I want to hear about how you're doing on the game. Download the 5-star rated puzzle game Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R, Best Fiends.
Yes.
Okay.
I love it.
Sorry to interrupt.
And I love that you don't need internet to play it. So whenever I'm on the plane, it's amazing how many hours of that I can play.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel like a waste.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of airplanes, I have never had this happen before, but I had to go through TSA 2 times because I left something there. Like I left something outside of TSA and they wouldn't let me go get it. And then they had to like do the whole thing where I walked around. So I had my water bottle, emptied it all out, my water bottle that I would take, left my freaking water bottle. Then it's like my nice Hydro Flask. So I got to go back and like get it, do the whole thing, go through TSA again. I have like 5 minutes before my plane is boarding, go to the bar and have them fill up the water bottle. Then I leave the water bottle at the gate and just...
You didn't.
I did, Susie. So I decided that water bottle did not want to go with me to Colorado. It needed to stay. Clearly did not want to come. And then I was thinking about it. The water bottle happened to be covered in stickers from the horrible trip when I wanted to go to all the national parks, and I was left with the Airstream trailer.
That was a bad trip.
Remember? Yes. So it felt like we were saying goodbye to... Isn't that interesting? That like I have that water bottle this whole time. It's got the stickers from the camping trip that was supposed to be the kind of trip that was for me, but then ended up being the kind of trip where I realized I should not be with this person. Yeah. And this person can't have this life that I want to live. And then as I'm going to, have the exact camping adventure I want, the water bottle's like, we're not going
You're
on
done
this.
with me.
You're done with me.
Wow.
And you don't need these stickers anymore. 2 times, and I'm like not somebody who loses things.
Yeah, right. Dang.
I like so.
Did you have to buy a new one or what?
I did. I bought and this is funny. It's the fucking universe, I swear. I bought a new one after we got back from because I didn't really need one. I had my my Camel Pack and like a bunch of like water purification things and like a water bottle that like purifies water so you can drink straight out of lake. Super cool. So I didn't need like a separate water bottle. But after we got back, I was like, I made Barry take me to Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that and went find one. And so, oh my God, these are like the things that are like so important to me that like, if you know and you listen to the podcast, you will understand why this is important. So like, I love the stickers and like want to collect stickers from places like that. And it like clearly matters to me. And so I was telling Barry like, oh, I have to remember to get like a sticker on the way out of here. And while we were leaving, like driving out of, I had totally forgotten about this. I told him like 4 days before, as we're leaving and like about to head down the mountain, he slows the car down, like practically slams the brakes. He's like, oh wait, turns into the general store and goes, we got to get your sticker. Oh my, I looked at him and I was like, you have no idea how much this means to me that you just did that right there.
So nice.
Because I have said that to people before and they were like, oh,
I remember when you said that to someone and someone did not care.
And I walked my ass myself to the store, remember? And then I got like practically sexually assaulted at the bus stop by the guy who made me really feel creeped out. And then I
remember.
This is a whole thing. And I like looked at Barry and I'm like, you have no idea how much that means to me.
Yeah,
that
there's
you
a history
remembered
here.
This is like a whole thing. And so that made me feel really good. So I'm now armed with my new sticker, and I'm going to go get a new water bottle. And then we're like unpacking and unloading from the trip, and he was like, hey, and he doesn't know that, like, I don't know, I love stickers all over my wall. I guess everybody does, but like, he doesn't know. Whatevs.
Everybody does.
I don't, maybe they do. Maybe that's like a thing. But he's like, oh, hey, I got this pack of stickers for, I don't know what he got it for, and like my kids already went through them. Do you want any of these? It was a pack of stickers of the national parks that like, it was a Yosemite sticker
awesome.
In there.
No.
There was like, yes. So I got new stickers that I wanted of places that I met, like for my new water bottle from a person who.
That's so nice.
I mean, it just seemed, and now where's that water bottle? I don't have it here next to me. I should, but it's like, all set and it just felt like it. So I said on the trip, I said there was a moment, I had a few of these moments where, did you see the movie Slumdog Millionaire?
Yeah.
You know how he's, playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and every question that is attached to like a story from his life where it's like, this is why he knows the answer to that. Mm-hmm. There were so many experiences that I had on that trip where it was like, oh, this is why like you learned how to make, like, remember when you were a little kid and you were sitting in the fields at your elementary school being a weirdo and like, hanging out by yourself, making daisy chain, like flower crowns and necklaces? This is why. So you can do this right here. And like I did, and was just sitting there happy. And like, this man is looking at me like, I'm the woman of his dreams, just doing the things that I was a freaking weirdo for doing when I was a kid. And It felt like that, and like he was showing me, like one of my favorite moments, he was showing me he was showing me a whole bunch of different fire starting techniques. So cool. I like totally know how to make a fire, and also am way less scared of fire right now, since going on this trip, because I realized how freaking hard it is to get one of those things started. So I should never be worried about any like house burning down or anything like that, because go ahead, you try to get something lit and stay lit. It doesn't happen. So like, I don't need to worry about that nearly as much as I do. What was I going to tell you about? Okay. So, so he was showing me about like fire starting and all this kind of stuff. And he was showing me with this like jute twine and how you can like take little fibers of that. It makes like excellent kindling and fire starting stuff. And he had like some strings of the jute twine. And I was like, oh, I used to make like bracelets out of this stuff. Like I can make a bracelet with this. And he's like, oh, how much do you need? And like, it pulls off some little bit and like gives it to me. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me just make this. And he was like setting up some fishing stuff. And in like 5 minutes, I like, did this little like bracelet that I made a million billion times at camp. And like, nobody's ever said like, oh, that's really great that you know how to do that. Nobody appreciated my art except Barry. And he was like, oh my God, you're so cute right now. And like took pictures of me making it. And I have never looked happier in a photo than I looked like in those photos. And then he's like, oh my, I want to wear this. I'm never going to take it off. I'm like, what do you mean you want to, like, what? He's like, oh yeah, no, this is like my favorite thing ever. And like, also I have, now if I need a fire starter, I have it. I'm like, and that's like a legit thing for him to say. Like he really
so nice.
Would use that to like, because he's somebody who can fucking start fires. Like, it's so manly and it's so sexy. And I can't, like every single, we would be like walking down the trail. He's so smart and he's so knowledgeable. And he would just be telling me about, this part of the tree where like the sap builds up and you can use that and scrape that off and like start a fire with that. And he's like, oh, let me just show you. And he like scrapes them off, finds like the log that's just down, like a down tree, and just like puts a little bit of this and then just strikes it with a match and boom, fire, right? And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me that you just like say that and then do it in like 30 seconds? You can do that. And then he was like, you want to learn how to throw an axe? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Real bad. And he's like, oh, let me show you. And he just takes out his axe and just like freaking like, what's his name? Jason Momoa, like fucking nails it right into the tree. And I'm like, oh, for Pete's sake. I mean,
Key to your heart.
Oh, key to my heart and key to
somewhere else. Well, this might be inappropriate, but have you decided you're exclusive or anything, or are you just like playing by ear?
I think yes.
Yeah, like if you started dating someone else, he'd be like, WTF.
Oh,
I'm just
for
saying.
sure.
Yeah.
No, and there's nobody I'm like want to eat.
No, I know. I'm just
yeah. This is an important question to ask, but like, I mean, I almost have to like not say things like, I mean, this is like it's so much easier for me to picture a whole life with this person than it is for me to picture anybody else even remotely being in, like me being interested. What do you, who, tell me, what do you got? What are you going to bring to the table? Other random person that I meet? Like, what can you, first of all, like, you know, what have you done? Like, how can you keep me safe? How can you, like, you know, what do you, and, you know, he has one of my favorite qualities, and that's that he's obsessed with me. And, like, so that's, like, my favorite. People are like, oh, what do you like in someone? Somebody who really likes me. That's what I like.
You admit it, because that's what everyone likes.
For sure.
In some...
that is my, like, one of my favorite things about, oh, you are really interested in this? Great. I'm interested in you being interested in this. Yes. And that feels good when you can just be totally yourself, and like he's like my brand of weird, because I'm a little weird.
You are weird. Yeah,
I am weird, and
that,
he is weird, and I am just like embracing that weird. But like, it's fine.
Well, yeah,
everybody's weird.
Yes,
it's just how that weird is expressed.
Yeah,
and we are the same brand of weird.
Yeah, you are. It's almost like, you know, it's the opposite of opposites attract.
Right.
Yeah.
And the ways that we are opposite, I think, are good balances.
What are you opposite in?
Actually, now I don't. Yeah, I'm like, well, I don't know.
Like,
if it's
is he
like
a morning
opposite
person, or, you know, like something like that?
He is kind of a. Oh my God, he's so fucking cute. He is kind of like a morning person, where like he'll get up first and like make the coffee and get that.
So
and like I can
good.
just totally see. Yeah. Like, yeah. And
that's
like,
good for you. You need someone to tell you to go to bed.
For sure I do. And I feel very safe going to bed with him. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I felt, and he feels like, I feel very, very safe with this person. And that is something like, you know, especially at nighttime, like that's something that, like, I was joking around with, but like not joking when I said like, the only people man enough like to ever be with me have been women.
That's a good line.
So far the only people man enough to be with this have been women, and except Barry. He's like the real, like, you have to be a very, very strong man to be able to be with a strong woman who, you know, and like we talk about like what it would be like to like work out together, and like, I've definitely felt like men I've been with have been intimidated by how I am, or like if I can, like, I kind of get into this like beast mode that they're like, I don't like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of a masculine energy maybe. And he's like into it. So more like a strong, like really strong feminine, you know?
When do you think you'll be like, hey, are you my boyfriend?
I think we're already there.
But you just aren't saying it.
Because, like, he like, referred to me as his girlfriend.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's, like, I know.
That's fun.
I know. And I told him, I'm like,
Sarah's
what am I going to...
got a boyfriend.
I know. It feels like that. It feels like, it almost feels like boyfriend and, like, girl. It's, like, too, like... It feels
heteronormative.
More like... Yeah, it almost feels like this is like my partner in like a, I don't know. It's like, feels like boyfriend and girlfriend sounds like two I don't know. It's weird.
Too traditional.
Yeah, and this seems like.
Speaking of heteronormative, sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Oh, please. Always.
I want to tell you some feedback we got from a listener, and I want to get your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love this. Susie's already like, what's she going to say?
She was very nice and everything. It wasn't like combative. But she accused, well, I guess me, because I was the one who made the Insta story, accused me of, quote, queer baiting, because whenever I had posted like a picture of you with the curly hair and you were like that, and then I was like, listen to today's episode to find out about a new special someone in Sarah's life, and then beneath it I had put red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple hearts. So they assumed maybe this was a lady special someone.
Yeah.
So then I think that she listened to the episode and then she was like, fucking, like she was mad that she had like done it. Yeah. And she was like, that was queer baiting. And I'm like, well, I mean, is it queer baiting if the person's queer, identifies as queer?
Right.
And also, I wasn't even attempting to be like LGBTQ at the time. I just really like rainbows and hearts.
Yeah.
I really do.
You do.
And so I would take the point on more so if you had never identified as queer. But even if you were completely straight and have always been, I still felt like, is there a monopoly on the heart emojis if you put them in that sequence?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. And that was my first thing to go to. I was like, I think everybody's allowed access to the. I mean,
I don't want a queer bait.
Disappoint.
Well, obviously, and that's another thing. I know lesbians are heartbroken. I don't know if this person's a lesbian.
Listen, lesbians, you guys, this is what you do. You send me messages and you say, oh my God, you should definitely be with a woman. I know you should.
They all say that.
You should be happy, just like me and my wife. And then, they for real. And then, so they're not, sliding into my DMs to be like, hey, I'm interested in you. All I get are messages from lovely lesbians in committed relationships who want me to have what they have. Yes, I would like that too, Lesies. Thank you. That is also what I am looking for. Quit parading your love.
Your emotions.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. I'm like, nobody's like, hey, I'm interested in
How come the single lesbians never reach out?
I don't know. Are there any?
Maybe you intimidate them or what? What could it be? Because I know they like you. I know this is true. I hear from them. They talk about it. Why did they tell me?
I like them.
I should start saying, just tell Sarah.
But now you.
Well, now you missed the boat on that.
You missed the boat.
But I remember when you were here, when you were single, and we talked about different women that you were interested in and considering asking out or whatever it was.
Yep.
So it's not like do you or do you not still identify as queer?
I do.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
Yeah, because I had definitely get all
she likes it.
Excited about
ladies and men.
Ladies and men. Does all the same things for me, and it's really like a person, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like that person.
Well, okay, so gay community, can you please let me know if you think I was queer baiting? Because when I looked up the definition, it said, when you imply that there's going to be a queer person or queer content when there isn't one. But there is a queer person in this story who just happens to be, at this time, dating a man.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to be an asshole.
Right.
So let me know if I am one. Sarah identifies as queer. I'll identify as an asshole. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll stop using those hearts. Maybe pick one
I don't know
color.
what the official hearts for assholes are, but...
I think black. the black one. Because it's like you're dark. You have a dark heart.
Yes. Dark heart.
All right. Well, thanks for weighing in on that.
So, I don't know, but I know that, I could definitely be into, a very mountainy, but like
mountainy.
The dance card's full or whatever. The spot has been filled. Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, keep us posted.
It's so wonderful and beautiful.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah, I know. It's
What's the worst
magical
part, though?
See, I was going to say the distance and like how,
well,
but
that is hard.
at the same time, I feel like it's almost like how it's supposed to be because that time is good to just like, let things kind of settle and like get everything tied up with, divorces can be messy and like not messy, but like just come with like a lot of shit to do. I know as somebody who's been through one, that was like, it takes a lot of your focus away.
Well, especially if you have kids.
Like that, it's like seems really, so having some time to kind of like let that.
Yeah, you got time.
Yeah, I got time. There's and I am in zero hurry for, like, the best thing is I get to, like, my plans for the future and how I see everything in my life in this next, like, year unfolding, like, it doesn't change whether, like, the big overall plan doesn't change. I'm still moving to Colorado. I'm still, like, going to be there. It's just, does this person want to,
be there with you?
Be there with me or not? And that is a good feeling where it doesn't feel like you have to, like, change your plans. It's like I get to be focusing on me, and I think in doing that, I've been, like, gifted this amazing person who sees me, who gets me, who also, most importantly, knows who he is and loves himself, which I think is so important. And yeah, it's just like supportive of me doing the best thing for me. And like, that seems like the ultimate relation. Like, why would that's like, you've won. Mm-hmm. You can like find somebody who really loves themselves and then also wants to encourage you to love yourself and knows that you'll both be the best for each other if you can focus on that. Mm-hmm. Hello. It's great.
Yeah. That's a lucky thing.
Oh, so lucky. So I just feel like really grateful. And it feels like 1 week is like the equivalent of like 6 months. And, like it feels like I've been with this person for ever. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to imagine.
You guys did the like expedited get to know you. Mm-hmm. I mean, any kind of like living with someone, even if it's a camping experience, you really learn a lot about that person.
You learn so much, and oh my gosh, it works so like we had like built a whole like. I mean, I was thinking that. I'm like, I have said no to a lot of reality shows. If Alone came to us and we're like, hey, we want to do it, I would do it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because I know that we would fucking crush it.
That would be hilarious.
It would not be easy, but oh my God,
pull a
it
Mark
would be
Long
good.
And pitch a show that already exists, and then somehow sell it and get paid to create a show that already exists.
Right? I'm like, this would be like. Yeah, there we go. We can do that. It's been done before.
I love it.
Yeah,
okay,
so
this is a good idea.
Like, we had like set up. He had brought a camp shower, like a bag that like you fill up with water, and you can have like a whole like shower in the camp. And so I like built a little like mosaic like rock like shower floor for it, and like we're like figuring out together how to like string it up and make and it like worked perfect. And I'm like, if you gave us we would slowly improve our living situation to where it would be like
a house.
Like for real. Like I just am like, and we both have that same thing where we look at the materials and we're like, I can make something out of this. Or we have like, I need a floor for the shower. Okay, I got it. I can like see how in my mind. Wow. Like our minds work very
trait that I do not
like
have.
That.
I'm like, I don't have anything I need at all.
Oh, that's gosh. So and I'm just like really excited for future, Butler and Rice camping trips.
Can you even imagine camping trips?
Well, we're going to get you out there. Adam would be into it. We'll have tents. It'll be fine.
Glamping,
you'll be okay.
Maybe.
Okay. You'll be okay. We'll bring the shower. It'll be great.
I would be in good hands and everything, but
you'd be in great hands. You'd be so comfortable. I had chips and salsa. Okay.
That's good. That's a good sign. Yeah. Let's wind it down. Let's wind it down.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll have to save the story of what I found in the hotel room to the next episode.
My God. Cliffhanger. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
We learned where Sarah went poo on her camping trip. That was enlightening. Nowhere. She took the Susie approach, but she is a smart traveler.
Yes.
And I like that about her. Let's see.
I will show you guys because I took a picture of it at every single item that was in my pack.
Oh, that's fun.
In my bag.
I would like
so you
to
guys
see
can
that.
see every single thing that I brought.
Okay.
And so you will see that.
You should watch The Weight of Gold about mental health in the Olympics, but they should also get rid of the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm just like, with the exception of,
speedwalking. Speedwalking, curling, and aerobic dance or whatever the hell it is.
Yes, rhythmic gymnastics.
Rhythmic gymnastics. And lesbians, sorry.
WTF.
I didn't mean to offend you, and neither did Sarah with her situation.
And maybe if you guys would start
you gotta be aggressive,
hitting on
ladies.
me and not just tell me about your wonderful relationships. I swear, every single one is
That's
that.
So
I will go through them and just like all of them where they're like, you should really be like me and my wife. Yes, I know.
Yeah, because the person, my best friend Kelly and her wife Heather, they always say like, is Sarah open to dating women? Because we know all these women that love her. I'm like, where are they? They're all partnered.
Are they? Not one of them have been like, hey, I'd like to, like, what's a gal got to do?
Yeah, right.
But
so I think this is a lesbian problem, not a Sarah problem.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep. I like that.
Now they're going to vote against me. They're going to be like, yeah, you work queerbaiting.
Damn it. Sorry, can't win.
If you want to watch the video version of this, you should check out our patreon.com/braincandy. And also our merch is on our website and all that stuff. Good times, great oldies. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.